And yeah, we are so excited to join today's kickoff meeting and feel so honored to be partnering with ATOM and Surf Plus on this program. And just, loved hearing from all of the artisans that are here today, all of your introductions, and just really blown away by the creativity and talent that are represented on this call. And so many of the business challenges you mentioned resonate and are ones that we often hear from our community members. So we'll dig into that just a little bit more, but next slide, please. So as Jess mentioned, my name is Nicole Franklin, and I'm the director of Nest's Makers United program. And I'm also joined by my colleague, Amanda Irwin, who works with me on our programs team. So Nest is a nonprofit that is unlocking the power of craft to advance economic opportunity and gender equity in the US and around the world. And we do this by designing and providing comprehensive programs and resources to artisan and maker businesses. And I always, like when I present, I always mention this quote by our executive director and founder, Rebecca Van Bergen, who really sums up our work so well. She says that we are bringing visibility to artisans, viability to their businesses, and value back to craft. Next slide, please. Okay, so at Nest, the Guild is our network of over 2,400 artisan and maker businesses located in 125 countries. So Guild membership is the entry point to accessing all of our programming and services all at no cost. We never want cost to be a barrier for our artisan partners. So we provide training, resources, materials, and opportunities designed to support handcraft businesses' growth. Many of our US-based makers are what we call solo entrepreneurs, like so many of you on the call, and that their business, craft business, is usually not their primary source of income, but the majority of them do manage their businesses alone. Then the craft or the profile of our craft businesses for owners located outside of the US often looks a little different. They tend to employ several people, or what you would call hand workers or artisan workers. But no matter what, we do offer resources and programs that meet them where they are. Next slide. So of those 2,400 members in our Guild network, over 1,600 of them are located in the US and Puerto Rico and are members of our Makers United program, which is Nest's flagship domestic program. And the goal of Makers United is to build a more vibrant, inclusive maker movement by providing all makers, especially with a focus on those that have traditionally been underrepresented or marginalized, giving them access to the support and resources they need to grow their business. And I think that's reflected on the stats on the slide. The majority of the members in our Makers United program are women, and almost half are people of color. We also take into account the positive impact that a craft business can have, not just on makers, but also on their families. And we know that, it can play a critical role in building financial resilience and helping people provide for themselves and their families and their communities. So we did add, we also added that amount of household members or dependents that our members support. So Makers United initially launched, it's not a very old program, but it's grown rapidly. It was initially launched in Birmingham in 2019, but we've since expanded to include dedicated programming in Austin, San Antonio, Houston, Detroit, New York City's Garment District, St. Louis, Puerto Rico, and Chicago. And in those places, we've conducted in-depth landscape mappings to learn more about the maker ecosystems there and what makers need and want and what their challenges are so that we can provide responsive and relevant programming. And so that programming can, focus on business development topics such as product photography, marketing and sales strategy, pricing strategy, brand storytelling, and a lot more. Next slide, please. So more recently, we launched an Indigenous American Makers cohort within our Makers United program, and we've just been very intentional and steady with the rollout of this cohort to build in more time for relationship and trust building, and to ensure that we're dedicating the appropriate time and resources to creating a useful program or partnership that's not duplicative of existing Native-led efforts. So these are some of the goals of our program. And as a non-native led organization, it is really critical to our program design to learn more about existing native led organizations, programs, resources, so that we can support with our core expertise while leaning in and scaling programs with native leadership. So we've been really lucky to establish a Native Advisory Council to provide guidance and expertise on our approach to program implementation. So it's just been super great. And we've been very fortunate to work with Andrea Hanley, Danielle Lote, and Kelly Hallman, who are our council members. Next slide, please. Okay, so once a maker, our artisan does join our guild network, they gain access to all of our programming and services, and that's regardless of craft type, business size or structure, location, and again, at no cost. So as a guild member, maker and artisan business leaders receive exclusive access to opportunities such as virtual courses led by our network of brand and retail partners and industry experts, access to our network of professional fellows who provide consultations and mentorship sessions, in-person and virtual networking opportunities with other creative entrepreneurs. As I said, we have a vast network that spans 125 countries, so we do take the virtual space pretty seriously to connect them. Also, connections to funding and market access opportunities to connect in person and have community building events in person. And then also access to our exclusive e-learning platform, which is called Nest Connect. And Nest Connect houses education and business development trainings, as well as many other guild membership features. And Amanda's actually going to do a demo after my presentation to walk you through the Nest Connect platform, so you get a better idea of what you would see when you log on. Next slide. Okay, so we welcome you as artisans, makers, artists to join our network to join our Makers United network. So you can either scan this QR code. I'll also drop a link in the chat that links to a survey. The survey I think I mentioned, where we just want to learn more about your business practices and your pain points, so that we can be responsive to those. And I would encourage you to join. We would welcome you. And again, membership is free. And that is it. Thanks for listening. I will share that link in the chat and welcome any questions, but also pass it on to Amanda if there aren't any for now.
Our Nest Connect platform. And so you should be able to see that on your screen. As Nicole mentioned, our access to entry to our Nest Guild and Makers United is only that brief survey. And so, and as Nicole mentioned as well, membership is completely free. And so once somebody does become a member of Makers United or our larger guild, they do receive unique login credentials to access this platform, which is called Nest Connect. And I'll show you just briefly on here what is housed on here. And so, as Nicole was talking about as well, we offer just different capacity programming opportunities for our Nest Guild members that, again, are free of charge. So we have different educational workshops and mentorship and just a whole host of things that revolve around business growth. And with those live, we do have those educational workshops, and most of them are conducted live, similar to this, through a virtual Zoom room. And those are conducted live by and led by our Nest Fellows, which are experts in different industries, such as marketing, business strategy. There's different product development. We've just concluded an IP series, so an intellectual property, and had some legal advice and kind of expertise as well. And so, again, a whole range of expertise. And through those live sessions, we do record them and then rehouse them on here. And so this is kind of a one-stop shop for all of our members to go if you ever have a question or ever are interested in learning a little bit more about, say, digital marketing, and you can go here and watch an on-demand course. And so we've divided up those courses into be micro learning courses, in which I'll show you a little bit about what that looks like here. So this is the homepage of Nest Connect. And so once you do, if you are interested, and once you do join Makers United, like I mentioned, you will receive login credentials and can log into this. And so this is what you'll see. Here on the homepage, we have a really handy calendar here where, as I mentioned, those live sessions that we host do pop up on this calendar. And so we just had one yesterday that was around the cultural and design IP protection. And so you can see information for that. If there's anything upcoming, you can see that on here as well. From here, all of our, we call them our courses, but like I mentioned, they were those live educational workshops that we've now transitioned into being on demand here. And so we've broken them down into 5 course catalogs. And so you can see that here on the left-hand side, with the first one being marketing and communications. And then the next course catalog as branding. Then we have a business strategy course catalog, a sales and merchandising course catalog, and a product design, development, and production course catalog. And so I'll just show you a little bit about a little bit insight into what one looks like. So in clicking on our business strategy course catalog here, you can see here all of our different offerings that we currently have up that are based on or kind of fit this category of business strategy. And so we do update these courses often as new ones come about. We do upload them onto this platform. And so you can see here in the account that I'm currently in, and when somebody is within Nest Connect, they can see what they're enrolled in and what they're not enrolled in, but it is free, so you can enroll in those ones as well. You can see if anything is new to the platform here. It has kind of a little flag here that it's new. A really cool feature about Nest Connect also is that when something new is released, or if there's ever kind of a message, if you do enroll in something, we do have a notification system through here. So you'll get notified through this platform and also through email. But just to show you a little bit about what one looks like. And so, as I mentioned, our live workshops with those Nest Fellows and industry experts usually last 60 minutes with presentation and kind of Q&A. And so what we've done and what we continue to do is splice up that recording and that presentation to be more micro learnings and more bite-sized snippets. So you can see here, this course is titled Building Equitable Company Culture. And this is what all of our courses look like within this e-learning platform. And so you can go in and start learning. It'll take you through each of these different segments that make up this course, which each segment is roughly 5 to 7 minutes long. Some may be shorter, some may be a little bit longer, just depending on the length of content that was delivered during that session. But this feature here on the right-hand side really lets you kind of jump around in that course. You can always exit the course and go back to it at a later date. And so I know a lot of you had mentioned just wanting to kind of learn more about scaling your business and different business growth opportunities. And so a lot of that we do offer here within Nest Connect as well. And then on here, we also have fun moments for kind of peer-to-peer engagement, where you can comment, you can make comments on the course, you can make comments to other individuals who have also commented on this course as well. And similar with question and answer function on the course also. And then going back here, this is just another way to see just all of the courses again that we offer. I'll quickly wrap up here with just showing one more cool feature aside from courses. We also have what are called channels on Nest Connect. And there's these 2 that we feature on the homepage that we regularly update with member resources and some inspiration from the Guild. And so this member resources channel here really is just that, any resources that we have available to members, whether it's an internal resource, so whether it's our mentorship and consultation program application or something similar to that, that will be on here. We also do provide kind of bi-monthly Makers United newsletters and resource roundups where we share different opportunities from outside, so different grant opportunities that come across our desk or different things like that. And so you'll see here we have this grant opportunity here that we've pulled from an outside resource, and we just populate that regularly with opportunities and resources. This one from the Guild, we have some inspirational stories here that we've liked to share. So these are just different businesses and maker businesses within our network that we like to share. And so anybody can share something here, and just a great place to go to be inspired by peers within the network as well. And so there's so much I can get into, but don't want to take up too much time with going into all of this. But